Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant and we are back to continue the adventure of Mr. Skalnsley the Skald. So, like I've mentioned in all of my videos, this is going to be a hardcore run, which means that if we die, the run is over. We are right now in the Durlag Tower area. We are just about to enter the actual Durlag Tower, and there are multiple reasons for us to want to come into this area. The first of which is there is actually very decent loot in this place. There's very decent experience as well, but there will also be a specific item that I want to pick up before we head to the mine, which facilitates a certain encounter in that region very much.
Yes.
Now, one of the things we have to pay attention to in the Durlag Tower, and this is very important, is traps. Because this place is trapped to hell, and if you are not careful...
Alright.
AI was off. And if you are not careful, you can very easily permanently lose somebody in your party to a trap. Okay, here we have a bunch of ghouls coming in, or not ghouls? Ghasts, yes. I'm just gonna have Kagan kind of keep them at bay from my backline and just shoot them from afar, because they can paralyze on hit. If they paralyze Kagan, it's no big deal. If they paralyze somebody else, then it can become a big deal.
Give your meat a good old
I don't want to talk.
No.
I'm gonna work out
Okay,
some
good.
anger on you.
Very decent hits. And I think we are done with these enemies here. Okay, so we shall continue our exploration of this place. Disarming some traps, picking up some loot. I think there's a trap like right here. Yep. And again, we can just see the our add-on that shows us when the next trap tick is going to occur, being very helpful. And right now what I want on this floor is to find this exit, because we are going outside to pick up a lot of experience and some cool items. But I can actually come up here first, because there is also a tome in this tower, and I want to pick up all the tomes. I'm checking this because I'm not sure if this has any scroll. I don't think it does, but yeah. No scrolls over here. So again, just take Mr. Corin or whatever thief you have. Carefully search for traps.
You need something, stranger.
We can just say goodbye to this guy.
Stranger.
Okay. And naturally, if I remembered from memory where every single trap was, I know that some people are able to do that. I am not. Especially since I don't play the game with the frequency that I would like, honestly. I can't remember every single thing. Let me see if I can make some room here. This should be kind of enough. Okay. Because yeah, some people are able to remember exactly where every single trap is. That is not the case for me. I know there is one trap right here, but Corin might not actually have the required skill points to detect it. It's no big deal because it is a charm trap, and you know, Corin being an elf, he can resist charm effects very decently. Let me see if I can find it here actually. Information... No, not class. How can I actually find this? I don't remember where I can find the race-specific bonuses. But yeah, elves do have an innate resistance to charm effects and sleep effects. So If you send Corin, there's a much lower chance of him being charmed, and in any case, if you are playing with the party, if he's coming over here alone and he gets charmed, he just stays there for a while until the effect wears off. So, no big deal in any case. Tome of Understanding, raising our wisdom permanently by 1 point. We are going to do that just now. There we go. We are now wiser.
Yes.
And we are also gonna start taking some stuff off of Corin so it doesn't get completely overloaded. This can go for Shartil. This can go here. Okay, you can take this potion. A Wand of Lightning. I seriously doubt I'll ever use it, but I guess I can give it to him. And I'm not gonna complete this quest, so I can just drop this stuff, honestly. Okay. We are good to continue. So, now that we have the tome, there's no other need for us to be on this upper floor. What we want to do is go to this floor. And this is why I have my protections from petrification. I'm going to put it in our most capable martial fighters. In this case, I'm talking about Corin, Shartil, and Kagan.
Thick chocolate fudgy sauce.
Because they will be fighting some basilisks. All three of us have protection. We have cleared the trap in this region, so now we are going hunting. And as you can see, just as soon as you get out, you have a basilisk. Let us take care of him. And 1400 experience just by killing that guy. Very, very easily. Oh, and by the way, you may think, oh, my party is over here, or half of my party is over here and the other half is over here. Maybe they won't get experience, but they still do. So just to show this off, Skalnsley is currently at basically 52,000 experience.
If it bleeds,
We're gonna kill this basilisk here. He is worth 7,000, which is a lot. And we're gonna see if Skalnsley gets an upgrade or not. And we can see right here, 53,159. So he does get the experience even if he isn't with us up here. If I'm not mistaken, we have 3 greater basilisks in this area, which means essentially free 21,000 experience, which is no joke, as I'm sure you know. You can also do this solo, but honestly, I don't really see much of a point with the runs I do of having my main character get a lot of experience before recruiting his companions. As soon as I get 32,000, I just recruit them all. But there's nothing stopping you from getting more experience, which means you're gonna probably reach the experience cap earlier, or just go into Baldur's Gate 2 or Siege of Dragonspear with some more experience than you otherwise wouldn't get. In any case, even with the full party, we can see here that Viconia and Baloth, they both leveled up by killing these basilisks, so it's already very useful.
Wherever fate takes me.
And we are going to disarm this trap and pick up some loot. So right here we picked up some acid arrows, which are very, very good. We picked up a scimitar +2, which I don't think anybody's going to be using, but it's worth some monies. And we can now go back in. We are done with the upper levels of Durlag Tower. So again, I come here to pick up the tome on the 2nd floor and the basilisks on the 1st floor.
I could do that.
And now we are going to go back down.
to my home.
I'm
But
simply
home
going
does
to
not
identify
welcome
some of
me.
the stuff we have. I'm not going to be doing this quest, so let's just throw that away. And I'm going to start saving some of Corin's items on Shartil, simply because I will need, or I will want at least, as much space as possible on Corin. So like I said, Scimitar +2, not bad if you have somebody using those. But for me, it's probably going to be for selling. I am also going to be leveling up Miss Viconia. She has her Thaco reduced by 2, some saves increased, and we now have level 4 priest spells. And also something very important that let's not forget is that she has now reached level 7. Level 7 is a very important breakpoint for a cleric. And the reason for that is that they have this summon spell, Animate Dead, which is incredibly powerful, and it grows more powerful as you level up. So you can see here that from 1st level to 6th level, you summon a 3 HD skeleton warrior wielding a longsword, but once you reach level 7, it becomes a 5 HD skeleton wielding a magical +1 longsword. These skeletons are actually quite tough, and they can be very, very nice. So I am going to take one for my summons here, or maybe even 2. I'm not using Holy Smite that much, honestly. I'll keep one, just in case. And Mr. Baloth, it's also a very important level up, because we get additional spells to cast. So, looking over our spells we can learn, for level 1, I think I'm inclined for Blindness. I love the Blindness spell. If not Blindness, I guess I could take Sleep, but at this point I don't need Sleep anymore. So Blindness. For level 2 there's a lot of very good choices. Blur is a good choice, but not really very important here. Cat's Grace is a good choice. This one is from Icewind Dale, by the way. Glitter Dust is a good choice. Invisibility is a good choice. Vocalize is a good choice, but I usually use scrolls for this. So what do I actually want for level 2? I'm guessing Glitter Dust. It's not something that I use all that often, to be honest, but since Baloth is only going to be playing with us for Baldur's Gate 1, I'm not really afraid of taking a spell that's not very powerful later on. So I will take Glitter Dust here for level 2, and for level 3 again we have some decent options. Flame Arrow is decent. Invisibility 10 yard radius, depending on how you use it, can be broken. Maelstrom Minute Meteors, very, very good, although they do get better the more levels you have, because you conjure 1 meteor per level of the caster. So right now we will only be casting 7, which is not that great. Protection from Fire is cool, but not so much for BG1. Remove Magic is cool, but our levels are kind of low. Skull Trap is good. Slow is incredible. Spell Thrust is very good. But Invisibility 10 yard radius, this is the most reliable way of actually getting access to this spell, just by learning it on a sorcerer. So I will be taking this one because it will facilitate it will facilitate a lot of what we want to do for the rest of this game. That's my spell choice. I am also going to be memorizing some spells on Viconia here. And for level 4, I kind of want to play around with Cloud of Pestilence. This blinds people, deals some damage and makes them lose strength and dexterity, although it also affects your allies. It is a cool effect. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it because there's so much cool stuff in level 4. Yeah, and I am going to take Protection from Evil as well as Recitation. Those are my spell choices. Okay, so
do that.
We keep going down, killing some enemies. Again, beware of your movement in the tower, because if you have your melee combatants start going after the enemies, you might trigger a trap. So be extra cautious with that.
Yes.
As we can see here.
Great peril yields great beauty.
Money and jewelry. I can just store this right here. Another trap. I think this area is clear, but I'm gonna check anyway.
What is your bid? Wherever fate takes me.
I think this is just a studded leather +1. Or leather armor +1, okay.
Life is wherever fate takes me.
I know there's some items and traps in this region. I'm not sure if they're even good, but since I'm here, I might as well check. Although I also think there are some some ghosts. Some ghastly ghosts. Secret door, that's where we want to go next. Okay, let's just kill these very quickly. Nice.
Why me?
If I can avoid Kagan getting paralyzed, I
Wherever
will.
fate takes me.
Okay, again, very carefully, checking for traps. No trap here. I know there are some here. Not sure about the pathway. Okay, only in there. Okay. Any more? Yup. Okay, worth it actually. A ring of protection +1 and a sky sapphire, which is worth a lot of gold. Did not actually remember what this thingy contained, but I knew, or I had a feeling it was good. So yeah, ring of princess +1, armor class +1, saving throws +1. Kagan has it, I have it. I'm gonna give it to Mr. Corrin here. Okay, with this, we are going to go into this secret door.
You must gather your party before venturing
And
forth.
go down into the depths of Durlag's tower. And we are only going to be exploring this level of Durlag's tower, no
What is
further.
your bidding? Luck be a lady.
The one thing we also have to keep in mind in this region is that the traps in this floor are much harder to detect than basically any other place in the game. So I know there's a trap right here, but I'm not sure. Okay, actually this one Corrin can pick up, but there are other ones that he cannot. So he's sitting at open locks 80 and fine traps 85, which is already by itself very, very decent. But I will be giving him a potion of perception, which is going to give him a plus 20% bonus on basically all thieving skills. Lasts for 6 hours, which is just perfect for what we need. So, what did I do? I forgot to take it out. Oh, and I also forgot to turn these in Beragost. What an idiot. Okay, well, something else to do before we go to the mine. Okay, so you can just chug this. We can confirm that he is now at 100 and 105 for open locks and detect traps, respectively. So we can continue exploring. I think most traps in this level are mostly on doorways, not so much in the open areas. But in case of doubt, be extra careful, especially if you're trying to play in hardcore.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Be super, super careful. Because there's really nothing more frustrating than playing a hardcore run with SCS on insane, double damage, all the really nasty stuff and challenging stuff. And being able to kill your enemies, progress throughout the game by defeating the bosses and the combat encounters and whatnot, and then you just get one shot by a trap. That's really not... It doesn't feel good. Take it from my personal experience, it does not feel good. Okay, so right here we can see, just by exploring a little bit in Durlag's tower, we are picking up some very cool things. Potions of Master Thievery, we have some very nice arrows, some very nice bolts, very nice bullets, more potions for thieves, more arrows, spells, antidotes. So yeah, it's very, very useful to come explore Durlag's tower a little bit. Okay, nothing here. I think there's a trap here. Yeah, my memory sometimes still works. Okay, I'm gonna pick this up. Okay. And I picked that up. It's not a magical crossbow, but I've been meaning to get Kagan a crossbow for a while now, and I keep forgetting, so
And that is
now he has
perfect.
one. Oh, come on.
Yes?
Okay, so crossbow for Kagan. We also have some bolts for Kagan, but I'm just going to identify things first. And sorry if this seems kind of epileptic, just opening and closing windows, but I'm very used to this at this point, and I'm just identifying items. So basically we have arrows +1, arrows of ice, bullets +1. If there's anything particularly special, I will stop and mention it to you guys. So again, just magical arrows and magical bullets. Okay. More magical bolts. These are bolts of lightning. We can even store them over here. For now, at least.
Go
Swap
pester
them back to
someone
melee.
else.
Okay.
What is your bidding?
And these can go into... into storage. Alright.
Great
Let's
peril
continue.
yields great beauty.
You can also expect to find some enemies in this area, so do be careful with that. Don't think that this is just a free place to explore. The one thing we could have done to make this easier, to be honest, is I could have just cast my invisibility on my entire party, and that way Corin could kind of explore without getting, you know, interrupted by enemies. But for right now, I think I'm just gonna continue this way. It's not that much of a big deal, and I do want to kill some enemies in the area, so might as well just do it now. Okay.
I need an arrow.
Yes,
Ring,
what is your bidding?
necklace.
Luck be a
I get the
lady.
feeling that there's more enemies here. And again, let's not forget traps. Okay. This really is the one thing that I really don't enjoy that much in the original Baldur's Gate. The fact that you have to wait your entire round before you can detect the trap. That can be very... It can get annoying for me because I just want to move and I have to wait and wait and wait. And I can also imagine that for you guys it's also not particularly enjoyable. At the same time, it does make me go slower so I can talk a little bit more about what's happening and you get to know where these traps are and whatnot. But honestly, I think if I wasn't doing a hardcore run as a video format to share with you guys, I probably wouldn't care that much about traps. And I would like maybe save the game and just, you know, if I die to a trap, quick load, because like I said before, the main reason why I like playing this game, especially with SCS and all of the difficulty increases, is because of the challenge that comes from combat. Not the challenge of having to wait and and look for traps. But yeah, well, I'm kind of committed at this... Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. I don't think she saw me. I hope. Okay, because for those of you who might not be familiar with, these phase spiders will teleport to any character in your party and start beating on them. And they can be very dangerous.
Great beauty.
You are one of
The fact that they have that ability is their most dangerous trait, because instead of attacking, for example, Kagan, which has a very high AC, they will probably blink towards my bard or my sorcerer, and that's something that we don't want.
Yes. Great peril yields great beauty.
A lot of very decent potions and a very important wand right there. And since I'm here, I might as well also talk about these guys. These guys here are the main reason why we don't explore further in Durlag's tower. First of all, you don't really need to. There's no real necessity of going further down in Durlag's tower. We are getting what we need right here. But if you wanted some more cool items, which you do get if you move... sorry, give me a second. And I am back, apologies, I got a phone call. And of course that with my memory I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was going to discuss some of the items we had picked up. I'm just identifying some of the things we have here. So sorry if I was explaining something important and I kind of forgot about it. So here we have an item that's actually of decent importance to mention. A wand of monster summoning. This can summon 12 HD of monsters. These monsters may not be particularly relevant for damage dealing effects, but they are important to create some fodder when you are going for some, you know, specific, especially dangerous fights. Having the enemies focus on the summons instead of your party can be a very big deal. So yeah, we also picked up a bunch of potions here that I'm gonna store. I don't think I can identify these. Yeah, I'm just gonna store these here. That's fine. And this is going to be for a quest that we can do later. Something that I was also going to discuss, I was talking about these fellas right here. These are one of the main reasons why I don't explore further down into Durlag's tower.
I don't want to talk.
How did you suddenly become so heavy? Or were you always this heavy? Interesting. Because in order to go down, this is the way to go down. And you have to fight these guys here. They are not enemies presently, but they will become enemies later. And they can be extremely dangerous. Especially if you don't have some more levels, some more gear and items. They can be very, very dangerous. So, since there's no real need to go down further in Durlag's tower, I just skip it.
Eh? What do you want?
So I did want to
I can do
talk
that.
to them though. Because I believe that if we complete their quests, I think you also get some experience. I don't remember exactly, so I'm gonna try it. They each have a riddle. Okay, so now also something I want to talk about is I have my entire party over here, which is a place where we can fight. And the reason I'm doing this is since we have that phase spider on the other side, now I can actually engage in combat with her. And if something goes wrong, she will probably go for my backline over there, but we have everybody ready to fight. So, Spooder. Where is she going? She is going after Corin. Oh! No, okay, she is going after me. Really? I'm so used to having the face spiders blink on top of Baloth that I'm kind of surprised. And as you can see, they are tough. They are not as easy as normal spiders. Although, they are worth the same experience as a basilisk. Which can tell you something about their danger level, I would say. Let's be extra careful about traps in this region, especially when you see corpses. We have to be very, very careful. I could have sworn there was a fireball trap around this region. Maybe it's over here. Okay. Okay, so here we are gonna read a little bit. And this is just relevant because when you read the final book, you hear a click as if something has been activated. A few seconds later, you hear a humming sound and can see a glow coming from across the hallway. This is because by reading these books, you activate this sword. And you can now see Durlag's pride. You have raised my deeds in glory and my sword now glows with pride. And I believe that this is a task for one of the dwarves we saw back there. I'm also being extra cautious in this region because there are also some enemies here that I kind of would like to avoid. I mean, I'm not going to be able to avoid them. I have to fight them. But these are skeleton warriors and they can be extremely tough. Because they have a lot of magic resistance. Which means that one of my most guaranteed way of damaging enemies will not work. Which is magic missiles. And my party isn't really well suited to deal with those enemies yet. Well, honestly, I don't think there's ever a time that... These are also not good. I don't think there's ever a time where my party is ready to fight, like, face-to-face or head-to-head against skeleton warriors. Yeah, I think these bitches... Yeah, I think they need magical weapons. Okay, let's see here. Give me some arrows +1. And you will also want some for yourself. Okay. Alright, Spooder.
I love blood. Eat steel, scum.
Okay, now they're taking damage.
Life is adventure.
One little trick you can do in Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, the originals. You can see this web here, because this raid spider is targeting actually Baloth. Interesting. It looked like it was going for Corden. But she's targeting this web tangle on Baloth, which is going to attempt to wrap him up in a web, which means he gets paralyzed, which means he becomes a free kill. One thing you can do here is, by the power of super magical fast hands, you can take your ring of free action that was, for example, in your other character, Kagan, and you can put it on Baloth, which means that when this web tangle hits, he will be immune to it. So we can go back to putting our previous ring. It's just an easy trick, basically, to get you out of sticky situations.
Yeah, luck be a lady.
Because one of the most guaranteed ways of you losing somebody in your party in BG1 is getting hit by a spider, poisoned, and then the poison ticks with double damage are very hard hitting. You can die very, very easily to just poison ticks in this game. The same thing can be said about Baldur's Gate 2, but it's even more dangerous in this one, where you have lower health pools, and you also don't have a lot of spells yet. I know there's traps on these boxes, or at least one of them. Yeah. Let's see if on this one as well. More nice arrows. More money and potions. And over here we're gonna be fighting some enemies. I wouldn't say they are super dangerous, but they can be deceivingly dangerous. And I'm talking about greater doppelgangers. A cloud kill scroll, which can be very, very important. And for these guys, I do like having my entire party, because Corden is not able to... I mean, maybe he's able to solo them if you drink a potion of speed and just kite around a bunch, but that's kind of annoying. So I prefer to have my party here and see if I can bait them into coming after me. We're gonna sing and start shooting them. Come on, man. Okay. One of them is following me. Good. I think he's casting haste, which is what they usually do. Yep, he's hasted. And there are 3 of these enemies in that room. As we can see, they are not super dangerous. But if you have your weaker party members kind of close to the front, or in tight corridors and stuff, and they move around your tank, they can kind of shred your party like that. So always keep Kagan in the front or whatever your front line is. And also to note, they are worth 4,000 experience each, which is a lot. And we like a lot of experience. Okay, come after me. I don't want to fight there, I want to fight here. Thank you. They are going to be hasting themselves very soon. There we go. Okay. But I think that's essentially what they cast. I don't think they cast anything more in terms of dangerous spells. We can use magic missiles to clear some mirror images and also do some damage. Let's focus on the injured one, please. Thank you.
Scum. Eat steel, scum.
And there we go.
Go pester someone else.
So, easy 12,000 experience right there. I'm not gonna learn... I mean, I may learn Cloud Kill if I don't end up using it in this game. It will work for, you know, the next games, Siege of Dragon Spear and Baldur's Gate 2. But I usually keep it in form of scroll in case I need to cast it in this game. Because I will never reach a level in Baldur's Gate 1 with my Bard, I believe, to actually be able to cast level 5 spells. So it's kind of pointless to learn Cloud Kill in this game for the purposes of casting it this game. It is still worth learning it for the next games. Okay, I think we have everything we need. Okay.
Wherever fate takes me.
We will carry on and search for more traps. I think both of these bookcases are trapped. Yep. After playing these games a couple of years, you memorize at least some of the trap positionings. Especially if you die to them. Okay, so you can learn that. We have another quest item. And I'm gonna take my party back to this area.
That is perfect.
You know, in case we find another phase spider or something like that, I want to be in a position where I can fight freely.
Life is
And
adventure
Corin is
or
gonna
not.
go
Luck
back
be
to
a lady.
exploring. Again, being very careful, very cautious. And I am aware this takes some time. But if I want to keep my party alive, this is how I have to play it. And I think there's a trap right here. And this trap I remember very, very well. Yep. Because I've died here in the past and I was very upset. Because this trap is right on the place where the door was. Which is something that I would not expect. And if we just want to look at the effect of these traps, just to show them off, I'm gonna quick save here. And we actually did not get permanently killed here. We took 48 damage, but trust me when I say it's very easy for traps such as these to deal more than that amount of damage. And you can very easily lose somebody permanently just by stepping in a trap. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are carefully moving forward. Always keeping an eye on my bar here for help. And again, if you don't have the mod that shows you this bar, don't worry, you don't need it. But what I usually did before I had this mod is I would count to 6 in my head before I took any kind of movement. And again, I'm telling you this if you are trying to play like I'm doing here, without saving the game or reloading and in a hardcore fashion. Because if you're not playing hardcore and you don't mind saving and loading, then by all means just, you know, quick save, move a bunch, you found a trap, you died, woohoo, you can quick load and go back. Okay, so here is where I think things can start getting a little bit more dangerous. Because I believe there are gonna be some tougher enemies in this region. Especially in the form of some golems. I don't think this area is trapped. But those are also very fitting famous last words, so again, I'm gonna take it slow. The switch panel for this strange machine, the switch appears to be broken off and missing. Okay. So I gotta find the switch. Ooh. Oh, that's right. I also have this door here. But this door means danger. This door means danger. I might... I'm gonna play this safe. I am gonna play this safe. The reason why I'm saying this is because in that door you will find some skeletal warriors, which again you don't really want to fight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rest with my party up here. And in that case, if we do face off against some of those enemies, I want to be using some summons to deal with them. So I am gonna swap my spells here for Vicky. Where is it? Here. Rest. Oh, come on. Okay, these aren't problematic.
What do you want?
But they can be annoying. Especially because Baloth isn't in line of sight for this, I don't think.
And that is perfect.
Oh, he is, he is.
I don't why me.
Okay, good.
Go past it. Why me?
Oh, there was another one. Okay.
Eat steel,
Oh, I'm so good.
scum.
I
you.
need an L. Why me?
Okay, we are rested. Let's go back in.
I can do that.
And where do I want to fight them? I suppose I can fight them around here, maybe? Okay, let's bring the party over to this area. It might be a mistake. We'll find out soon. But I think we're mostly fine by doing this. And once you clear these enemies, I think there are some enemies here that can also be tough, but for the most part you are kind of in the clear. Okay, so how long do you last, my friends? Ooh, 8 hours. I had forgotten about that. Let's get a couple of these. One. We're gonna get our second one. And third one. And the reason why I'm doing this is because even if Kagan can somewhat decently tank these enemies, I prefer to just literally have meat shields.
Yes?
Okay.
What is wherever fate takes me?
Let's open up this door. I think there's still some traps along the way. But this is essentially the room that we really want to go to. That is where the item that I really need is. Okay, no traps to be found as of yet here. Aha. Okay, and this is the danger zone. Well, these are just normal skeletons. Oh, no, there they go. So normal skeletons don't matter, but skeleton warriors do matter. So again, this is why we are using these summons and being careful. Kagan, just stand back for now.
Sure.
I want a song over here, and I want Koran
Wherever fate takes me.
here and Shartil
Okay.
here. Was there an enemy? It was an enemy. Okay, let's be very careful.
Why me?
Okay, we killed one. Skeleton warrior. Yeah, so this is why I left this summon here, because this guy could start going for my backline.
I don't want to talk.
Have you guys fight among yourselves. Yeah, but you can see here, my skeleton warrior is already near death. Okay, good, we killed that one. 32 slashing damage.
Go, Pester. Sure.
Let's actually back up here a bit. No reason to fight with my lovely dwarf. Just have the summons take care of this. God damn it, Kagan, stop it. Stop it, Kagan, thank you. Okay, and you can also see 4,000 experience for each of these skeleton warriors. Yep, 4,000, 4,000. Were there only 2 of them? Yeah, maybe 2 of them. But still, they can be very dangerous.
I love that.
A single hit nearly takes out half of Kagan's HP. And you can imagine a hit like that on a weaker character, and especially if it's a crit on a character that doesn't use a helm, like for example my Bard, it's a one-shot. Okay. These guys drop some +1 two-handed swords. We can keep them for selling purposes.
Yes, luck.
And we
related.
shall continue our exploration here. This can go back here, this can go over here as well. So we have disarm traps in this hallway, but there may be some more over here. So again, being extra careful, super careful. Okay. So, here what we have is... Let's just analyze the content of this loot pile. We have money, naturally. We have a +1 small shield, which is not very important, but it is good enough. We have an odd-looking key, and I'm once again getting a phone call, I'm so sorry. And I'm back. So, as I was saying, we also pick up this odd-looking key, which is going to be used close by. We have a potion of Frost Giant Strength, which is very, very good, and some more magical ranged ammunition. So, just on one loot pile, a lot of good stuff. And then we have the other big loot pile. I don't know if you saw it, that was 2,000 gold. And I ran out of room. Can I put stuff too far away?
I can do that.
Come here. I'm actually enjoying my song
What is your bidding?
when dealing with those tougher enemies where I really want the AC and the extra damage. The song is very good. So identify... Oh god, I'm too far away? Of course. That's okay. This is a glittering Beldril gemstone. I don't remember if this is for a quest or if this is... You get an uneasy feeling that this gemstone should be sold. Perhaps it would be best not to be too greedy and keep it around a while. Normally a deep, pleasant seawater green, Beldrils periodically blaze with a glittering, winking, flashing light. However, this particular stone has a slightly different hue. Perhaps it is a new strain, rarely if ever seen before. It looks incredibly valuable. I don't remember if this is also used for a quest or if it's just for selling. Yeah, it's not even considered a gem. I will keep it there. We have some jewelry. We have this, I'm guessing, +1 shield. And I think this is probably enough space to continue looting.
Wherever fate takes me.
Give me that and give me these. So, the real reason why we come to Durlag's tower, with the purpose of, you know, getting through Baldur's Gate 1 with as few deaths as possible, is this item right here. So, I'm sure that if you've played this game before, you are familiar with Arrows of Dispelling, but to my knowledge, this is the only way you can gain access to Arrows of Dispelling before you actually enter the city of Baldur's Gate. So, this Arrow of Dispelling will do what the name suggests. It will dispel magic on target when hit. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, just deals 1d6, which is a normal arrow damage. This arrow will remove the magical enchantments that its victim is surrounded by. So as long as your target does not have protection against magical weapons, this will hit and dispel basically everything they have. This is incredibly powerful for dealing with enemy casters, and especially because there will be a particularly nasty opponent in the Cloakwood Mine, and those arrows of dispelling can help out tremendously in dealing with that enemy.
Perfect.
That is the main reason why I come here
You must be loving this.
before going for example, the Cloakwood Mine or Baldur's Gate or anything like that. I need to spread some of my items here around, because otherwise I won't have room. I can keep the key. Bullets can go for Vicky. Arrows can go for Chartiel. Identify these, please. Fire and acid. Keep those arrows of dispelling safe, please. And we shall continue on.
Peril yields great beauty.
This might be an episode kind of solely dedicated to the Durlag Tower just because of the time we have to wait for the traps. But again, it is something that I was always going to do. So I guess we get it done, and I'm showing how to get it done in this video. Dun, 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 dun. I think there's also a skeleton warrior here. And a trap right there. Again, moving very slowly. By the way, this is something that I guess I can ask you guys for your opinion. In the case that I make more of these hardcore runs, which I guess I can do, because I do enjoy playing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 every once in a while. But if I do end up doing more of these runs, what do you guys think about quick saving or quick loading for trap purposes? So what I mean is, I'm walking around over here kind of slowly because I don't exactly remember where the traps are, which means I have to wait more time, you guys have to wait more time while watching me play, because I don't want to die. But if there was a rule like, if I die to a trap I can quick load or something, then maybe I could move around and do this kind of area faster. Just let me know what you guys think about that. I don't particularly mind having to wait a little bit for the traps, but I'm not exactly sure how, you know, for your viewing pleasure. Oh, you utter bitch. Oh my god, man, I forgot something. We rested, and since we rested, my potion of perception wore off. Ooh, this was not good. I imagine maybe some of you guys were screaming at the screen saying, "Drink a potion, you idiot!" And you would not be wrong.
Give me power.
I completely forgot about that. Because when I was originally thinking about coming through this area, I wasn't thinking about resting.
Yes,
And you know, I get distracted talking to you guys, and not really an excuse, but it is what it is. And I forgot again. So you see, I do get distracted talking to you guys. I could have died a horrible death. Thankfully, most of the stuff here, Corin can actually perceive, but we just saw an example of where having 85 in fine traps does not cut it for the Durlag Tower. That's why I drink these potions. A sling +1, I can already give it to my friend over here. Wait, I just drank this, right? Yeah. This can come over here. This can go for Kagan. This I don't think matters. This is for a quest.
What is your
So now we are equipped to finding
Wherever
traps.
fate takes me.
Man, if that was a flame strike trap or something like that, he could have just permanently died. A magic missile trap is never particularly dangerous because it can never permanently kill someone. But, you know, I prefer not to not to deal with that. So like I was also saying, not only do you get the arrows of dispelling, but you get a lot of very decent loot. We get a lot of experience from fighting these tougher opponents, although, like I said, they can be dangerous. And we also get a bunch of very powerful items. So, like I said, I've been mentioning a lot of useful items, a lot of good items, but there are some here that I think are worthy of specific notice. So, for example, right here, we have a bunch of scrolls. Scroll of Confusion. We have a Scroll of Feeble Mind, which can also be a very powerful spell. You have a Scroll of Chaos, which is one of the more powerful spells you can have for disabling opponents early on in the game. It's a level 5 spell, so not really for BG1, but for BG2, especially earlier on, it's an extremely powerful spell. You also get some Heralds of Detonation, which can be useful in BG1 still. You get this very nice piece of armor, the Practical Defense +3. This one gives you an armor class of 0 and the -3 versus slashing, and it only requires 11 strength. This, I think this is the best piece of armor you can get in the entire game, or at least for a good while. Yeah, because even a full plate armor isn't as good as this. And having the low strength requirement means you can give this to Corrin, for example, or almost any other character that you have that can use heavy armor. So who am I gonna give this to? I think just give it to Kagan because he needs it the most. Actually, go back to your weapon, please.
Go pester someone else.
Okay, thank you. He goes to -7 AC. And I can have the Ankeg armor over here for Mr. Corrin in case we need to fight. Then he can go to -4 AC very easily. So yeah. Overall, there are some really powerful items in this region. This potion I just picked up as well. The potion of Fire Breath. This is essentially a fireball. It's even better than a fireball. Deals 6d10 damage. It's very, very good. We also have potions of explosions. I think this one is a single target, the potion of Fire Breath. But again, it can still be very, very good. With this, I think we have cleared essentially all of the really good stuff in the region. I still want to clear out this area here because it has some powerful enemies that give a bunch of experience. And the same thing can be said, I think, about this area may have another skeleton warrior for some more 4,000 experience. Some more items up here, some more items up here. And then I want to see if I can complete the quest for these dwarves and get some experience out of that as well. Keeping in mind that I will want to complete these quests, but not actually trigger the fight. I will complete the quests, get the experience, and head out. Once more, the main reason for coming here is right here. Arrows of Dispelling. These are to deal with Mr. de Veorn in the Cloakwood Mine. So yeah, we had a full episode dedicated to the Durlag Tower, but I think it's relevant enough to talk about it. And in the next one, we're gonna complete this area, pick up all of the loot, complete the quest, and then we're gonna head off to pick up some more tomes, deal with the Cloakwood Mine, and after that, we are off to Baldur's Gate. As always, my friends, I want to thank you all for being here with me in the channel, watching some awesome BG1 being played with SCS Insane, Double Damage, and Hardcore. I hope you guys are enjoying the run. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything at all, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more videos coming up very, very soon, and I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everyone.